How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think. So meet me halfway, take a tiny moment, and give my podcast and each episode a review rating. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Moreover, I hope to provide you with gut-wrenching laughter and a touch of wisdom. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding, and I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. As always, I, your host, Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. It's our time again. So unplug from your life and dive all into episode 27 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Today's show is called Cut the Bullshit. Are you ready to meet that special someone? The only person that gets you and wants to know you for who you truly are? Then you are ready to meet yourself. The Rob Porter scandal was a big deal. People wanted to know how and why he had a job at the White House. I will tell you, it's because all of them were scared as hell to fire his violent domestic abuse ass. What is your ideal mate? Do you have one? Or do you like to fuck with anything that moves right in front of your face and catches your eye? Before I begin, I am going to do a call out. What's a call out? Well, it's not a shout out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show, because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D&D. Hello everyone and welcome back for this Come Into My World segment. This is actually part 2 of my Pandora's Box focus. In episode 26, I talked about one aspect of Pandora's Box. And in this episode, I'm going to dive a little deeper as far as what you find inside of Pandora's Box. So again, I want to reiterate. In my last episode, I talked extensively about how to approach and handle things that are in your Pandora's Box. For those of you that don't know, Pandora's Box is a myth and a metaphor. Essentially, it holds all of our misery and suffering. The box was not supposed to be opened ever, but it was opened, and it is responsible, quote unquote, for our misfortune and upsets. So we are taught to keep a lid on our Pandora's Box as individuals. So again, if you read about the myth, the Greek myth, I'm not sure if it's a Greek myth or whatever, but it's a myth. In regards to Pandora's Box, it was something that wasn't supposed to be opened, and it was opened by a woman because she was curious And her curiosity unleashed all of our suffering that we have in the world today. And I am taking it a step deeper. And I'm relating Pandora's box in regards to our individual issues within ourselves and life. And the fact that we work very, very hard to keep the lid on our Pandora's box. Basically, we are taught to keep a lid on it as individuals. And I believe we are like walking pressure cookers. Imagine if a lion, a zebra, a sheep, a horse, a dog, a butterfly were asked to behave like something other than themselves. Imagine what that would be like. Huh? What is that? What is it? Yes, my statement is fucking ridiculous. It's supposed to be ridiculous. So you got my point. Kudos. That is my point. So why the fuck are you trying to be like, oh, the boy next door, oh, the girl next door? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm just giving you a taste of what I am going to be discussing for this episode. But if you would like to get caught up, I suggest you go back and listen to episode 26, and you will understand in greater depth about what I'm talking about. But I am going to go ahead and get started. I asked you, why are you trying to be like the boy, the guy, the man next door, or the girl, the lady, the woman next door? And I'm convinced you still don't have a damn answer. And you're not supposed to. Because if you had one, then I would have to check your ass. Yes, that's what the hell I said. If you actually had an answer to that question, I would have to check your ass. Oh, you don't know what that means? You don't know what it means when I say I have to check your ass? Well, it means gaining clarity. Yes, for you. I'm going to help you gain motherfucking clarity because I'm clear as goddamn day. I am clear as the motherfucking sky. Okay? So while I curse you the hell out, I'm going to help you gain clarity. That's what the fuck it means. When I say I'm going to check your ass, I'm going to help you gain clarity by cursing you the fuck out. And then we're going to move forward. Makes sense? Of course it does. I want you to open the box. I want you to open your Pandora's box. Yes, I want you to open that because we are diving for your treasures inside your Pandora's box. And you're thinking, what the fuck are you talking about, Tara? What treasures do I have in my Pandora's box? You just sat there and told me that Pandora's box has all of our misery and suffering contained within it. Now, in the same goddamn breath, you're trying to tell me that that box has treasures for me? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying to you. It has treasures for you. To simplify things, I am going to talk about the 7 sins. The sins are the same in all religions or whatever spiritual avenue you choose. I am going to start with my top one. Yes, that's what I said. I'm going to start with my top one. Oh, you think I thought I was too good to expose my shit? Nope. Nope. Not at all. If I can call your asses out, then I can definitely expose my own ass. Also, I'm a firm believer in airing out my own dirty laundry. You never give a motherfucker a chance to hold anything over your head. Okay? You missed that. I said I'm a firm believer in airing out my own motherfucking dirty laundry because you never want to give another motherfucker the chance to have power over you. Yes. You never give them a chance to have power over you, to hold anything over your head. I firmly believe, fuck it. I'll expose myself. Now what? That's what the hell I said. I will expose myself. Now what? Huh? Now what? Oh, now you ain't got shit. That's usually how it works. That's how I like to handle things. You think you have something over me. I will expose the shit. Then I'll say, now what? And then I'll say, oh, now you ain't got shit over me. You have no power over me. Got it? That's how it works with me. So fuck you, fuck off. It's not going to work. If I got a problem, if like I said before, if I'm going to do some shit, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to stab you, I'm not going to stab you in the back. I'm going to stab you in your motherfucking face. You're going to see me coming, and I'm going to lock eyes with you. You're going to see my soul, and I'm going to see your motherfucking soul as you collapse in front of me. That's how I work. Now others, they prefer to hit you from the back. They hit you from the side. They try to punk your ass. I don't do that. If I'm coming, you're going to know I'm coming because I'm going to announce I'm coming. You're going to see me coming. You're going to hear me coming, and you're going to know when I'm there. And you're also going to know when the shit is over with. Do you understand? Good. So I was on the freeway one day this week, and I was heading home. I needed to merge over to the right-hand lane to take my exit. I signaled to move over, but a car wouldn't let me over at all. And I was not interested in driving another mile or two to take an exit to make my way back home. So, being that I know how to drive around a big city, I made my way in. I got in, and I took my exit. He decided to take the same exit. Now, I wasn't sure if he was taking it because he had a reason to, or if he was taking it because he wanted to start some shit. So the exit had 2 lanes. It had 2 lanes. He went into the left lane. I was in the right-hand lane. He was going slow, and something told me to slow the hell down. So I slowed down, and I was kind of like waiting for him to say something, to gesture, to do something. And he had already had his window rolled down, which means, he thought his shit out. So I lowered my window a little bit. He picked up a cup and threw the contents of the cup at my car towards my window. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. He had a cup full of water, and he took that shit and tossed it out his motherfucking window toward my car. Now, the weak bitch ass son of a bitch threw the water at me. Chicks throw drinks. That's what the fuck I said. Women throw drinks. What kind of fucking man throws a motherfucking drink and then throws a drink at a woman? Huh? Right? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So instead of reacting, because my instincts had already kicked in and knew that the son of a bitch was up to something, so I had to make sure that I did not let my anger get the best of me so I can be adaptable and very fluid to whatever was going to go on. So instead of reacting the way he wanted me to, I rolled down my window and I started thanking him continuously and profusely. I was yelling the shit out the window. Everybody could have fucking heard me in the goddamn town when I was thanking him. And I thanked him over and over and over again. He stopped at the stop sign. I stopped at the stop sign or the yield sign, and I kept thanking his bitch motherfucking ass all over again. Because what he really wanted to hear was, fuck you, fuck this, how can you do this to my car? Fuck that car. I can get another motherfucking car. Unlike his ass, I can get another motherfucking car. But I wanted him to know that if you felt little, useless, unworthy by me getting in front of you, cutting you off, then motherfucker, you cease to exist now. That's what the fuck I wanted him to feel. I wanted him to feel worse than what he already felt. I wanted him to wish that his motherfucking life ceased to exist, because that is how meaningless he is to me, and that is how meaningless he is to himself. Yeah. And then I turned down the motherfucking music because I didn't want that to deter my voice and what the fuck I was saying to him. And I kept saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I punked his worthless ass again. That's what the fuck I said. You see, when I tried to get over, I had no ill intent in my heart. I had no real intent in my heart. I was just trying to get home. But this loser son of a bitch took it personally. Which means, like I said, he's a motherfucking loser. So I thanked him for his water. Yeah, that's what you do. You thank a son of a bitch for their fucking stupidity. Now, I could have reacted a different way. I could have reacted a different way. Now that dark shadow side of myself could have checked his weak ass. But like I told you before, I'm 2FF. That's the number 2 with an F and an F for his ass. I am too fucking fabulous for his ass. I'm not going to let that motherfucker see that angry part of me. I'm not going to let any motherfucker see me sweat. What I do is I make other motherfuckers sweat. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? You see it? It takes a weak, insecure motherfucker to do some shit like that. And to top it off, like I told you before, I'm a woman. Like, what man does some shit like that? Huh? What man does some shit like that? Someone with some sense would have realized, okay, this person's trying to take the exit. That's what they did. They would have went on with their business. A real motherfucker that had shit to do would have went on their day. They would have went on their way. Now, I understand. I irritated and pissed him the fuck off. But like I said, I was not trying to miss the exit, and I was not trying to cause him any ill will or any harm or foul. I didn't run him off the motherfucking road. I didn't hit his car. I safely merged in with great skill. Just to take an exit. But no, that was too much for him. An ant, that's what I said, an ant could have figured that shit out, that I had no ill intentions. But this fresh out of jail bait motherfucker had nothing else to do. He has nothing, he knows nothing, and he will never be nothing. He will be nothing at all. He saw my car and was jealous. He saw my chocolate face and felt hatred. That's what the fuck I said. And he can take his coochie bush ass. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. He had a beard. He can take his coochie bush ass and kiss my perky tot ass. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. That cup of water isn't going to stop my life. It is not going to stop my blessings. He can't do shit to me. You want to know why? I told you before, because I had no ill intent. I had no bad wishes when I shoved my way in. It was just something that I had to do, unfortunately, at that point in time. Now, I could have written down his license plate and reported him to Uber or Lyft, whoever he works for, and got him to lose his quote-unquote sole source of income. But I chose to leave him the fuck alone. And I chose to go home and wipe that liquid off of my car. You see, a motherfucker that acts like that will get served. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. A motherfucker who acts like that will get served. It's the divine law. Beasts get slaughtered. You know why they get slaughtered? Because they go around doing shit that is unnecessary, that is not required. What you put out is what the fuck you get back. Beasts slaughter themselves. They slaughter their own lives and their future. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. I don't have to do shit to this motherfucker. The fact that he did what he did and he jeopardized so much already tells me that his life is motherfucking fucked. I don't have to lift a goddamn finger to do anything to himself because he is going to do it. He is going to do it. And I'm going to leave him to it. That's what the fuck I said. I'm going to leave him to do whatever the fuck he needs to do. He is going to give me that sweet taste of revenge. He's going to give it to me. And I can rest in peace to know that motherfuckers like that, they always do some shit to fuck it up. And they end up right back where they started and where they belong. Now back to me. Can you guess one of my issues? Do, 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 do. Time to fuck up. I have a temper. Yes, I've got anger issues. Now here is the funny bit. I know what purpose my anger serves. Oh, you're confused. Yes, my anger serves a purpose. I am crazy, but I'm not that type of motherfucking crazy that you're thinking. My anger is my best friend. Yes, it's one of my best friends. I trust my anger over most people. Yes, I said most people. I trust my anger over most people. See, you motherfuckers are baffled. Good. That's exactly where I want your asses. I want you baffled. That's why this segment is called Come Into My World. I know that when my anger starts to stir, I'm in some sort of danger. Now it's up to me to use my wits and figure out what the fuck is up. That's why I said my anger is one of my best friends. And when she comes knocking, then I know something is wrong. Her only purpose is to serve and protect me. Now, some really smart people are saying, Tara, how did you figure that out? Well, I've done a lot of reflecting. My anger's purpose is protection, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. She's ride or die with me. And I trust her implicitly. You see, you hopefully are beginning to understand what I'm talking about. All of those not so great traits that you have in your Pandora's box, it has a role. It serves a purpose for you. Yes, it serves a purpose for you. And then when you realize that, then you can help yourself. And then you are better equipped to make this world a better place for yourself and for others. But you can't do shit if you don't know what's up or in your Pandora's box. We are all taught that anger is bad. Yeah, we're taught that anger is bad. What is bad is how you choose to behave because of it. My anger isn't a choice. It's with me. It's in me. It's how I am wired. But how I choose to act because of the information it has for me is a completely different story. Yes, listen to what the hell I said. Anger, my temper, being a part of me, it's a part of me. I can't change that shit for the world. So no matter how peaceful I am, there are going to be situations and people that gets my shit stirring, that opens up my green monster's closet. But here's where the power lies. One, I recognize that if I feel it, it's a safety reason. Two, I trust it. I don't question it. I don't doubt it, whether I have proof to support it or not. And three, I know I have the power to choose how I want to react based on the information that I'm being told that I am not safe. Huh? Yeah, I know it's complicated. But try to stick with me. Someone asked me, are you proud of yourself and your temper? And I said, hell yeah. Hell motherfucking yeah. Because my anger, my temper will fight a battle. And win it for your ass and mine. Yes, if I need to, the ferociousness of my temper will fight a battle for me, myself, or someone else I care about and win that shit. Like I said before, my anger is a tool. It's a tool for me. I rule that tool. I rule that shit. I don't let it rule me. Huh? I don't let my anger run me the fuck around. Yes, what the fuck I said. My anger is my motherfucking bitch. Do you feel me? My anger is my bitch. I run that shit. It does not control me. It doesn't control me. It's that turbo booster that I need. Where you are thinking, damn, Tara, you're crazy ass. Yeah, my crazy ass what? What? My crazy ass is what? Yeah, that's my turbo booster. I can't help your ass don't have no motherfucking turbo boosters. I mean, shit, seriously. Anger is just an inverted reflection of deep sadness. I've told you guys, I've had a hard life and I've had to overcome obstacles that were close to insurmountable. Where I am today is a miracle, a real miracle. So I hope you are beginning to change your attitude, your point of view. Pandora's box is really a toolbox for your life. It's a toolbox for your life. If you think your life is great now, then imagine how much greater your life can become. Yeah, imagine how much greater your life can become. If you feel not so great now, then welcome to the chance to change your reality and your life today. Acknowledge your anger. Stop and listen to what it has to tell you. It has the secrets to your life story and the key to your spectacular future. The 7 sins are pride, envy, gluttony, lust, anger, greed, sloth. As humans, we will have a difficult time getting rid of these quote unquote sins. I don't even like using the word sin because it automatically repulses us and causes us to close our minds. These words are symptoms. The 7 sins, those words are symptoms. It's not the cause. We are not able to figure out the tool or the benefit of these 7 quote unquote 7 sins. You know why? Because we're too busy focusing on the word sin. I can hear y'all saying, this bitch has lost her damn mind again. Or saying, you know what? She's lost whatever fuck was left of it. Yeah. I'm here to tell you to break molds. I'm here to help you to break molds and to open your mind. You don't have to agree with me. And yes, I do appreciate you listening to me. You may learn something, or you can go talk shit about me to your friends and family. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Just listen, okay? The 7 sins, I've already told you. For most people, you know the definitions. For most, you may not know them at all. Okay? But for the rest of you who don't know what the fuck it is, Google the shit, ask Siri, call Alexa. You hear me? Google the shit, ask Siri, call Alexa. Each one of those quote unquote sins is a direct reflection of you and your required healing and growth. Yes, it's a reflection of your required healing and growth. You have to figure out why you use pride. Now, I know someone that has this holier than thou attitude. He's always right and never wants to be called out on his actions. Yeah, everyone is beneath him. And if he talks with you or hangs out with you, then you should be, motherfucking grateful because he's doing you a favor. He's one of the most weak, insecure, unaware people that I have met. Yeah, I've ever met. And he's happy to be unaware. He is happy to be motherfucking clueless. He is happy. To be honest, I think he's so scared of himself. He has this false image, right? He has this false image, and that's what holds his persona together. His arrogance is used to decimate any and everyone that attempts to shed any type of light on his ways to have better relationships with people. His arrogance has destroyed his career several times. And he has had to start over and over again. Yet he refuses to reflect and change. It's always someone else's fault. To me, this is a clear sign of how not doing the work will cause you to relive the same traumatic bullshit over and over again. It's funny because when I watch him around truly confident people, his shit crumbles and goddamn withers the fuck up. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. His cycle of inadequacy and low self-worth just continues over and over and over again. Next, you got envy. I've encountered so many people that are jealous. Everyone wants what the other has. Don't y'all understand there's a cost to everything? We're so busy looking at someone else's possessions. You think that their life is made, right? It looks that way, but no, everyone has a struggle. Also, people want the results, but are not willing, ready, and able to put in the work. People want to clap their damn hands and stomp their motherfucking feet and expect shit to magically appear. Have you ever wanted something or someone badly? You got it or them, and then you ask yourself, what the fuck were you thinking? What the fuck was I thinking? Yes, I've told you things aren't what it appears. Yes, things aren't what it appears. You want the perks and all the motherfucking privileges, but you don't expect to carry the crown. Huh? You want the perks and the privileges, but you don't expect to wear the motherfucking crown? If you want to live like a queen or a king, then you must handle the responsibilities. Yes, you got to handle the responsibilities that go along with it. There are no motherfucking free rides in life. You can pay now or pay goddamn later. But you better believe you are going to have to pay the fuck up. Yeah, you're going to have to pay the fuck up. Gluttony. We eat for any and every reason. Do you really think the endorphins released from a great meal is going to rescue you? You have to look at the circumstances which are causing you to do this. Yes, you have to look at the circumstances that are causing you to lose yourself with food. What are you trying to escape? because there's nowhere to hide. Lust, greed, and sloth are even more symptoms. They're all symptoms. We've mastered the art of emotional and mental managing. Yeah, it takes me work. It takes me work to stay off the fucking hamster wheel, right? It's going to take you a lot of ass motherfucking work to get off these stupid ass hamster wheels. Yeah, we're all on a motherfucking hamster wheel, just going around. We're supposed to get off of it. Aren't you sick and tired of repeating the same dramatic traumas? Are you? It's not going to stop until you stop it, which means you've got to do the work. What's the work? Well, it's facing your fucking fears. Yeah, it's facing your goddamn fears. It's facing what's in your Pandora's box. When you don't face it, yes, you get a temporary reprieve by losing your temper, eating, doing whatever else you're doing. But when that high wears off, you sink lower and lower. To be honest, you don't even know when, where, or how you're going to bottom the fuck out. Yeah, you don't know what's going to cause you to bottom the fuck out, or if you ever hit bottom. Do you have a rock bottom? Have you hit rock bottom? Have you? As people, we can't help ourselves. We like to wait until our asses are splattered on the motherfucking floor. And even then, you may do nothing at all. Do you want to know what I think? Of course you don't, but I'm going to tell your asses anyway, right? I'm going to tell your asses anyway, because I am the one to do it. I am that one. You understand? I am that one that will tell you. A lot of us are dying a slow death, a slow spiritual death, which is hampering our quality of life. How are you ever going to receive more when you expect so less? You expect less of yourself and life in general. Oh, you want to get sensitive now, huh? Well, that's a clear sign that I've struck a nerve, honey. And I am smiling so much because that made me very, very happy to strike a nerve within you. You can simplify your life by making different choices. For the longest time, I lived my life with my ego. Yeah, my ego. My ego part of myself ran my life. It ran the show. Now, my ego got some shit right, but a lot of things went very, very wrong. You would have thought that I could have figured this shit out earlier. No, it took me almost 41 years to say, fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Let me tell you some funny shit. Even my ego is fucking tired. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. My ego is goddamn, it's tired as hell. She's so tired, her ass is motherfucking retired. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. I've made a conscious decision to live my life by my spirit and my spirit only. Oh, you don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, I'm going to simplify it. I am going off of my instincts. Yes, I'm going off my instincts. If my spirit tells me to do something, I am going to do it, even if it doesn't make sense to the ego part of myself. If something upsets me, I'm going to dig deep immediately to figure out the issue, heal, learn, and then move the fuck on. Yes, it's scary as hell because it takes me out of my comfort zone. But my life has improved drastically because I am now doing what aligns with my higher and truest purpose. So I've been sane for a few minutes. Let's get back to my crazy. Y'all need to stop acting like fucking pussies and boss the fuck up. That's what the fuck I said. You need to boss the fuck up. Why are you scared of yourself? Why are you scared of what's in your motherfucking Pandora's box? I'm like, how bad can your shit actually be? And even if it is, shit, own it. It's yours. It's like a fucking child you had that doesn't know how to behave. Love that baby. That baby is you. Do you feel me? That baby is you. Love yourself. Love that child. Introduce yourself to yourself. up. That's what the fuck I said. Introduce yourself to your motherfucking self. Get to know yourself. Life is going to give you what you expect from yourself. You hear me? Life is going to give you what the fuck you expect from yourself. Life is going to give you how the fuck you really truly feel about yourself. So start going through your Pandora's box and getting acquainted with its contents. Figure out why you do what you do. Because if it's not benefiting you, then stop wasting your fucking time on it and turn it into something that's going to get you winning in life. The quicker you learn your lessons, the faster you can move on to bigger and better things. Stop hiding because you cannot hide from yourself. You cannot outrun yourself. We have these ideas of perfection, of how we're supposed to be. Guys, if we were perfect, we would not be walking on this earth as human beings. Life is about balance. It's about good and bad, on, off, night, day. It's about balance. But balance doesn't mean when you have a temper, you go and bitch slap someone's fucking grill out of their mouth, bitch slap their fucking teeth out of their mouth. No, that's not what it's about. You have to recognize what your so-called quote unquote not so great call is. You have to recognize the purpose that it serves in your life and understand how and what it's communicating to you. If you have problems with lust, that's cool the fuck too. But you need to understand when your lust kicks in, you need to understand the circumstances in which that lust kicks in. And every time if you indulge in your lustful ways, do you feel great? Have you benefited? Have you grown? Or have you stepped off the fucking cliff, enjoyed the high, and come crashing the fuck down? Because if you're crashing the fuck down, that means what you're doing is not working for you. And you need to understand why X, Y, and Z has triggered you to engage in some shit that's not to your benefit. We can't change how we're hardwired, but what we can change is our choices and how we choose to react. All of these quote unquote 7 sins are really signals from our deep self to be careful, to take heed, to listen to the information being communicated and make decisions that are in your best interest and that are self-honoring. So I hope, truly hope that all of you have learned something to embrace all of you. You can't just love one half of yourself, and you can't take all the quote unquote bad shit and get rid of it. You can't take all the bad shit and act like it doesn't exist. You are not a complete person. You are incomplete and you will always be lacking in your life. Your life will always lack scarcity because you are depriving yourself. And if you're depriving yourself of your full being, a full soul of who you are, your life will always reflect that outwardly. Listen to what the fuck I said. How you handle yourself inwardly, your life will be a direct reflection of that on the outside. So if you have a real, true motherfucking issue about what your life looks like on the outside of you, then you better start looking long and hard about how you are treating yourself and the people you have in your life. And you need to start fixing that shit. Because what you fix on the inside will automatically be fixed on the fucking outside. So I hope you've learned something. I've definitely shared some of my goddamn business, but if you guys didn't know I had a temper, you now motherfucking know. But I work very hard. Actually, nowadays I don't have to work that hard to control my temper. What I have to be conscious of is when my trigger starts, then that's my sign to, get my wits about me and be ready on guard. And I think all of us can learn the harmony and the balance and the fluidness of honoring ourselves, the good and the bad. And you will become a much more peaceful, much more grounded, a much more loving person. And all of that will be attracted to you in life. This is the end of my Come Into My World segment. I'm going to be talking about a few things in the news, but feel free to hit me up, let me know what you think, or just say hi. And I'm moving on to the next part of my show. I want to discuss the Rob Porter scandal. Rob Porter was allowed to serve as a top aide to President Trump, even after his 2 ex-wives told the FBI he had physically and emotionally abused them during their marriages. Yep, that's what I said. The wives told the FBI that this gentleman had physically and emotionally abused them during their marriages. Now, I'm trying to figure out how he was able to stay in that role. Because the last I heard as a top aide, abuse is not one of the motherfucking job requirements. Is it? Has some shit changed that I missed that basically said that an abusive motherfucker can be working at one of the top privileges in this world, in this country, which is the White House, and can have some shit against them like this? Credible shit? Huh? Yeah. The White House has failed to provide consistent answers about who knew about the claims against Porter. And they don't know when they knew. You see, guys, this is some straight up bullshit. Straight up bullshit. The fact is, they knew and they didn't give a fuck. That's what the fuck I said. They liked him as a person and they didn't give a fuck. These motherfuckers that were working with him, they didn't have to live with his fucking bitch ass. They didn't have to live with his Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde ass. No, they worked with him. And he was this perfect guy in front of them. Right? Until he fucking snapped on their asses and punched one of them in the motherfucking nose. But until then, he was this great chap. He was this good guy, right? Who knew shit? No one knew shit. Everyone knew it. But they swept it under the rug because someone in a powerful place fancied Porter, right? Why else do people choose to turn a blind eye to fucking domestic violence on one person and then hone in on another motherfucking person for giving a woman a black eye? Huh? How do you choose to have double standards for the same goddamn shit? You like the person for some reason. And because you like them, you can't actually see them doing some shit. Even if the proof is in your motherfucking face, it's going to take that bitch ass motherfucking person to punch you in your fucking face and kick you in the back of your head before you start to realize that the son of a bitch is not wired right and they should not have access to top secrets and information. Huh? What does it take? Oh, it didn't happen to you, so it doesn't exist? See, that's one of the things that it just burns, it just rubs my skin and it just burns the fuck out of me. People sometimes don't want to hear or believe the goddamn truth because it's contradictory to the picture, the image that they've painted in their motherfucking head. So they will deny, deflect, reflect, sweep under the rug every motherfucking thing. Then to keep from facing admitting the truth because they think this person's such a nice person, right? Such a nice person. Okay, he made a mistake, right? Okay, he made a mistake a second time, but he hasn't whooped somebody's ass in the motherfucking office, so we're all good. We're all safe. See, that's where integrity comes into play. That's where backbone comes into play. Like, where the fuck are you people from? Paul Ryan said that the White House clearly has work to do to fix their vetting system. No, motherfucking Paul Ryan. No, Paul Ryan, they don't need to fix a motherfucking thing at the White House. Everything at the White House is working as it should be. You know what's not working? The sons of a bitches in the fucking White House. That's what needs to be fixed. The system is fine. It's the motherfuckers that are in charge of the system that's fucking that shit up. Because they have selective rules. They have varying rules. They have hypocritical rules as far as what's permissible for one person and what's permissible for another person. Paul Ryan also said, if a person committing domestic violence gets into government, then there's a breakdown in the system and the breakdown needs to be addressed. Okay, that's some fancy ass motherfucking talk. We know the breakdown is goddamn Trump. Let's be clear. The pussy grabbing motherfucker president is the goddamn breakdown. That's the breakdown. The president of the United States of bullying, that's the motherfucker breakdown. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. That's a nice fancy way of trying to say some shit without saying so. Grow a pair of goddamn balls, Paul Ryan. Matter of fact, I will give you a set. I have a few sets. I can give you a fucking ball. And matter of fact, I can give you a dick to go along with it too. Like, come on, people. Man the fuck up. There's no breakdown. You know what the breakdown is? The breakdown is in the moral structure of Huckabee. Yeah, of our chief of staff, John Kelly. Of our president of the United States, of our vice president of the United States. That shit comes from the top motherfucking down. You understand me? If you have someone with divine integrity running a ship, then the ship is going to operate for the most part like that. If you have a crooked son of a bitch who twists shit, goes through loopholes, and file bankruptcy anytime it suits his motherfucking ass, that is the issue. He is the goddamn breakdown. He is the breakdown. Don't y'all understand that? I don't know why you guys don't call a spade a motherfucking spade. The only way we can address this breakdown is by impeaching his ass. But from the looks of it, it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's not going to happen any soon. People are asking questions such as, how do you have any job if you have credible allegations of domestic abuse? Let me tell you how you have any type of a job. And let me tell you how you have one of the most powerful jobs. Because you have powerful, rich, goddamn friends. That is how. That is how some people get off of motherfucking murder cases and rape cases. They get away with it. And how some people go to jail for the rest of their motherfucking lives. It depends on how much money and power you have. How much money and power you have access to. Haven't y'all figured that shit out? That's how. It's not that simple. Because if people follow the same motherfucking rules and use the same goddamn guidelines every time, you would not have such a full extent of colored people or poor people in prison. It would be balanced out. So shit is not fair. It's never been fair. It's never going to be motherfucking fair. That is how Rob got his job. That's how Rob keeps getting his job. All these motherfuckers know that he likes to punch on fucking women. They know. They've seen this evil son of a bitch almost go the fuck off on people. But you know what people do? They're cowards. They act like, oh, I didn't see that. That's not what it is. Yes, that's what the fuck it is, because that's what the fuck you felt. Even you were motherfucking scared. You saw this motherfucker side-eye his wife, gave her a crazy, crooked, stank-eye look, and you said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what people do. You think people stand the fuck up and say, look, dude, you need to calm the fuck down. You need to shut the fuck up. You need to go get help. No, people don't say that shit. They want to keep their hands as clean as motherfucking possible. That is why no one brought it up. Who wants to be a fucking hero? Why be a hero when you're going to be fucking a coward and powerful? Huh? Right? What? Yeah, that's what. Why be a hero when you're going to be a powerful coward? Because that's what the fuck these people are. You have not one, you have two. And if you look further, you'll probably have more than two motherfucking women saying this bastard ass motherfucker is abusive. But that wasn't enough. He's gonna have to show the fuck up like Mike Tyson, bite off their fucking ears and punch them in their fucking domes for them to realize that he is a national security threat. So why are you giving this hot-tempered motherfucker access to powerful information that impacts our nation in this world? Huh? What? Shit doesn't make any sense. Porter was allowed to serve, and he continued to serve on a temporary approval. And then people want to know, what did you know? From where did you hear it? To what extent did you hear it? And then what actions, if any, did you take? Motherfucker, why are you asking stupid ass goddamn questions like this? What actions did they take? They took nothing. They took no motherfucking actions. That's why his weak bitch ass was in the motherfucking job. How long they knew? Come on, seriously? The FBI can show the fuck up in my house right now for recording some shit that I haven't even posted on the internet because they got information. They have a technology like that. So you're going to try to sit here and tell me that they couldn't figure out this motherfucker was abusive and none of them knew? They liked him. They liked what he brought to the table. And they were willing to turn a blind eye to his fucking bullshit because it served their purpose. They knew all along. The FBI, the CIA can come and rip your motherfucking life apart like that. Like, boop, you blink your motherfucking eye, your ass ceased to exist. You were in Guantanamo Bay. Like that. Bam, boom, gone. But this motherfucker can work for months on a temporary clearance and no one knew anything. There were no whisperings. There were no murmurings. No, all these motherfuckers kept their mouth shut because they didn't want their lips fucking cracked the fuck open and swollen and permanently closed because he would have cracked each one of them in their motherfucking mouths. That's why they didn't say anything, because they were scared. That's why they didn't say anything. When they knew immediately, but they said, oh gosh, this motherfucker is crazy. I don't want him punching me in my motherfucking mouth. So I'm going to shut the fuck up, let him do his job, and pray in hopes that the FBI comes back and say his clearance wasn't approved, and then we can fire his ass. That's what the fuck they did. They didn't want him to go the fuck off up in the motherfucking White House, so they let his bitch ass work. Temporary clearance, no clearance, fuck a clearance. That's what it was. Temporary clearance, no clearance, fuck a clearance. That's what the fuck he was working on, because they really didn't give a fuck. And they wanted to stay safe. People like to keep their hands motherfucking clean. They want to keep their hands clean. No one, why be a hero? You'll be a hero and fucking jobless when you can be a fucking powerful coward with a job. That's essentially what they're telling us. Great role models, right? Porter, whose job required him to handle sensitive documents with a temporary security clearance, he was still handling that shit at the time of his departure. At the time of his departure, they all knew. And I'm just trying to figure out, how much of your integrity are you willing to lose for a job? How much are you willing to lose? How much of your soul are you willing to forego for power and money? Right is right, wrong is wrong. And you don't have to be disrespectful or mean about it to say, hey, dude, look, your time is up. It's been 3 months. Shit hasn't come back any differently from day one. You got to move on because you, unfortunately, because of your issues, cannot work here. I wish you the best. Peace the fuck out. How difficult is that? They do whatever they want to do. And they justify whatever the fuck they want to justify. And then they find a motherfucking scapegoat when it's time to find a scapegoat. And I, for the life of me, can't figure out how we have such low quality leadership. And so many realms in this world, this low quality leadership. No accountability, no morals, no self-awareness, just shit on top of shit. And you want to know why things are fucked up the way it is. It's unbelievable. They all knew. They were either too scared to open their motherfucking mouths, or they liked him so motherfucking much that they didn't want to open their mouth. But at the end of the day, it's all a motherfucking lie. It always has been. It always will be. We have a bunch of people in the White House that have low morals and no goddamn integrity. And that's what it boils down to. So I read an article and it was talking about who's your ideal mate. They said your first sexual partner may have more to tell you about your spouse or current lover than you may think. They said studies have shown early experiences play a role in who we choose as sexual partners. They said most of us have a type when it comes to a sexual partner. Our type can also vary and change throughout our lifespan and based on our experiences. You know, when you think back and look about when you go back and you think about it, if you have the same goddamn type that you had from your first sexual encounter to whatever age you are, I have to really sit back and think to ask, how much growing have you done over your motherfucking life? Because as people, we're supposed to evolve, we're supposed to change and grow. Life happens to us. And if you're still chasing the same shit that you had from the get-go, that is a red flag in its first motherfucking self. Like if someone tells you, I still like the same type of women that I liked from when I was in high school or college, run. Okay? That is a unaware motherfucker, and they're gonna cause you a lot of strife. That's what the fuck it means to me. You got to evolve and grow. You have to. They said several factors influence our ideal mate. Several factors. They said that they use rats to conduct an experiment and says that our nervous system becomes conditioned or trained over time to associate varying factors like talking dirty, height, hair, color, body dimensions, and etc. So how is that different from anything else? Everything that we experience in life, it's molding and shaping us on an ideal basis. And on some level, you like what you like because it's kind of ingrained on you on some level, in some way, shape, or form. You have nature, and then you have your environment, as with everything. And both are molding, and both are guiding you in a direction. So this whole quote unquote thing about an ideal mate, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, that sounds ridiculous in itself, because nowadays people are fucking with anything that motherfucking moves. I mean, for what you can see on TV, if it moves and they like it, they're motherfucking fucking it. That's what it seems like to me. That's what the fuck is going on nowadays. So what is an ideal mate? Because that shit is fluid and it's changing every motherfucking second of the day for these people out here in this world. These millennials, or whoever the fuck you want to call it. The shit is evolving. So what is the definition of ideal? Is ideal at that moment? Ideal what? Ideal for whom? Ideal for what? It makes some motherfucking sense. And it's amazing to me of how people love to box and categorize, label, and it just thwarts. Like, that's what they try to do so much in so many areas of our life. One minute there was a time where sex was great. And then one time there was a moment where it's not okay to have sex. This shit is so fucking confusing. It's so fucking confusing because they keep coming with more bullshit to explain some shit that's just natural part of life. Maybe you just like some shit because you like it. Is that possible? Is that possible? Maybe one minute you like hamburgers and next minute you've grown out of hamburgers and you don't want to have another fucking hamburger again. Maybe it's just that. Maybe there's no reason at all. And why does everything have to have a motherfucking reason? Maybe it just is. It just is. When you keep telling yourself, I have a type, and you only go looking for that type, how do you know that son of a bitch to your left is not going to blow your goddamn mind? Huh? If you're so focused on these rules and what's your ideal mate and what your type looks like, you can have a motherfucker that will rock your goddamn world and basically shell shock your ass. But you will never look that direction because you're so focused on some bullshit like these articles that tell you that this is what you like, this is what's perfect for you, and this is what the fuck you should do. And everything else is not going to work for you. You don't know what the fuck is going to work until you motherfucking try it. You didn't hear what the fuck I said? Let me try this again. If you don't try some shit, I'm not saying try everything. There's a disclaimer. You got to know your fucking boundaries and limits. But I'm speaking, just work with me here. If something has piqued your interest, okay? If it's piqued your interest, then that's what we're talking about. So let's assume something has caught your interest. And it may not look like anything you have ever encountered or even thought of encountering before in your life. But in the back of your motherfucking head, on the left side of your head, on the right side of your head, and in front of your motherfucking head, you're thinking, oh, this is not my ideal type. This is not my typical type. So you know what? I don't care if someone got my shit purring on the inside. I'm going to focus on what my ideal type is. See, that's how we fuck our shit up. That is how we stunt ourselves. That is how we limit our blessings, our growth, our exposure. We're too fucking narrow-minded. I've explained in another episode. We're so busy looking for shit to look a certain motherfucking way that when something else comes by that may be better than what you ever expected, it passes us the fuck by because we're so limited and restricted in our views. Yeah. If you're scared, it happens. That's a part of life. You learned how to ride a motherfucking bike, didn't you? You learned how to you know how to ride on a plane. You learned how to drive a car. That means you can overcome your fears. So the same thing applies to people. How do you know if you're going to like or not like something unless you give it a slight chance? And only give shit a chance that has piqued your interest. Now, if you looked and then your interest has waned, then you pivot and you move the fuck on. But why hinder yourself? Why restrict yourself? You don't know what your motherfucking blessings are going to look like. You don't know. And stupid ass articles like this, it limits you. It restricts you. It makes you think that this is the only path to take for me. No, you can choose whatever motherfucking road you want to take. And if that shit changes, so be it. As long as you're happy. As long as you're happy. They want to sell us that our nervous systems become conditioned or trained over time to associate varying factors like talking dirty, height, hair color, body dimensions, etc. That's some bull motherfucking shit with someone with a one-dimensional type of motherfucking mind. And humans are not one-dimensional. We're multi-dimensional. So you can't restrict yourself on some shit like this. Yeah, maybe you do have a standard type. But you may find that the right shit catches your motherfucking eye. You may have a new type temporarily. Shit happens. Things change. You think the motherfucking Mother Nature doesn't change every goddamn day. She rolls and blows the way she want to motherfucking flow. And you should too, as long as you're making self-honoring decisions. Self-honoring decisions. They said this is how we mold our type, along with how and when to have sex, along with what to do with who and why. See, that's too much motherfucking thinking. That is thinking too goddamn much. It shouldn't be this complicated. Either it works or it doesn't motherfucking work. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. But if it does work, enjoy that shit. Enjoy that shit. Because you don't know how long it's going to last and when the next time you'll motherfucking get it. Do you hear me? This is too fucking complicated. Life is fucking simple. Life is simple. You like what you like. You don't like what you don't like. The only way you can figure that shit out is by trying, experimenting, and being self-aware and being motherfucking honest about it. Yes, be honest about it. Too busy. People are too motherfucking busy lying about shit. You got a president lying about whether he slept with a fucking bum porn star or not. You got a president lying about why he paid the motherfucking bum porn star. Yeah, say, you know what? I fucked her. Now what? I paid her ass. Now what? Oh, shit. He did it. He said it. All right. It's over. It's done. We don't have to complicate shit like this. Being a human being is complicated enough. We are complicated enough. So why are we coming up with these flip-floppy motherfucking shady ass reasons and excuses of why we do what we do? Like what the fucking like. Like what you fucking like. Own that shit. You don't have to explain yourself to any motherfucking body. You don't. If your ideal type today is a motherfucking pineapple, then be with that goddamn pineapple. If you want a fucking banana tomorrow, be with that motherfucking banana. If you want the banana and the motherfucking pineapple and the banana and the pineapple's okay with that shit, then do that shit. Do you feel me? Do you. Be you. Fuck this shit. Fuck it. Why you gotta be restricted? There's so many rules and shit that we have to live by and restrictions. Don't do this. Don't say this. Behave this way. Dress this way. Don't talk to this person. Don't work this job. Fuck that shit. As long as you're not causing harm on someone else and it brings you bliss and joy, peace, live your life. Your ideal type, the only ideal you should have is what speaks to your soul and your motherfucking heart. If something repulses you, leave that shit alone, walk the fuck away from it, and let it stay there for somebody else to pick that shit up. But if it's available for you and you're feeling it, enjoy that shit. Life has too much misfortune for you to be walking the fuck away from something because it doesn't look like your quote unquote ideal mate. Fuck an ideal mate. Yeah. Some moments you may be nice. Some moments you may be feeling naughty, whatever. And that ideal mate may change. You don't fucking know. But if you don't try, you don't explore, then you will never know. So stop restricting yourselves. Stop with these fucking labels. Stop trying to fucking fit things into a box. You can't even be fit into a box. So how the fuck you gonna pick an ideal mate? She must have this breast size, this ass size, this leg size. Maybe her ass is a little bit bigger. You don't know until you try this shit, and you may have a new ass size that meets your. You don't know. You don't know until you fucking try. And if you're too fucking scared to try because you're stuck with some fucking shit that you got from high school, you a stupid ass motherfucker. Yep, I said it. Forgive me. I apologize, but that's what the fuck it is. If you still stuck with some shit that you had from 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you don't know what the fuck you're missing. There's a whole host of shit you're missing. And you'll never know because you're too fucking scared to step outside your fucking box, your comfort zone, and indulge and are tired to indulge and expand your mind. Live your life. I've said this before. Life is not meant to be tolerated. It's meant to be lived to the fullest. Not the fullest. To the fullest. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest. And that means that you make self-honoring, respectful decisions that speaks to your heart and your soul. And as long as you're not causing harm to anyone, that you are involved in, do you. Be you. Fuck it. That's all you gotta do. Do you, be you, fuck it. If someone has a problem with it, something else will catch their fucking attention and they will forget about you. But in the meantime, be fucking happy. Shit, be happy. You got my motherfucking permission, okay? Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding or Twitter at Mrs. D&D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Now give. My episode links to friends, family, associates, frenemies. Hell, give it to your enemies. Actually, I don't give a damn who you give it to. Just give the shit to people and bring laughter to others and show your love for this podcast. Episode 28 will be here on June 1st, 2018 from the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Until the next time, visit my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and my Twitter page at Mrs. D&D.